Hey, what's up, everybody? Deacon Bradley here from Funnel Owl, and kind of standard. What I'm starting to make standard anyway. Wednesday Facebook Live sessions. Going to be doing these Wednesday afternoon, talking about key things for people who want to really grow their business, especially using paid traffic. But here at Funnel Owl, we're all about automation. We're all about scaling, and we're all about using computers to do all the work for us so that we can go do the things that we really love to do. And one of the things that I'm going to be talking about today, though, is super foundational metric for if you're going to be using paid traffic in your business. A lot of my clients that come to me, this is kind of one of the first things that I want to know when I'm evaluating, hey, is this going to be not just are these ads that we're going to be running, are these going to have a really good chance of succeeding? And how much money can we make from these? And so we're going to kind of get to a formula here. I always love to do specific examples on this. So we're going to kind of work through some stuff here because I want to show you what a big difference a couple of variables, and there's so many variables in paid traffic, but there's a couple that there's one that I want to zero in on today. And so it all starts with what I call our Facebook profitability, our ad profitability formula, okay? And this is a super simple formula, but you need to know this. Conceptually, it's really easy, but you're going to see how these numbers really break down into some cool and really key stuff. So this is it. If you want to make money with your Facebook ads or any paid traffic, really, any campaign that you're doing, if you want to make money, then this is the formula, okay? Cost per acquisition, okay, that's CPA. So how much are you paying to acquire a customer? That's what cost per acquisition means, and you see this in all kinds of business metrics, not just paid traffic. So your cost per acquisition you have on the left. On the right you have AOV, which is average order value. Okay, that's these customers that you when you acquire a customer, what's the average value that how much money are they giving you? Basically, that's the average order value. So if you want to run paid traffic at a profit, all you need to know is this. Okay, there it is. It's super simple, but let's look at how powerful this is. So if you're acquiring a customer and you pay less to acquire that customer than the revenue that they actually give you, then you're going to come out ahead. And we're simplifying that a little bit here because there's all types of other things involved here, like margins and overhead and those other types of costs. But just to keep it simple, if you can pay less to acquire a customer than that customer gives you, that's the basic formula. But what I want to zero in on today, though, is this variable right here, because this is key. Okay, and it has a massive impact on how your ads will do. So let's look at a couple of examples here to kind of show you what this says. So we're going to do AOV in this column here, and let's say we're selling a product. Average order value of $100. And based on some things, based on how our ads are going and how our funnel's working out, we are spending $50 to get that customer. So in this case, CPA is less than AOV. So we are actually coming out plus $50 on this trade. And I'm guessing if you could find some sort of ATM machine, you put $50 in and it gives you a $100 bill, I bet that would have a pretty long, right? So this is a super obvious example. Let's try another one though. I'm going to go same average order value. This is a little bit more of a competitive niche. Either the niche is more competitive, so we're having to pay more for our ads, or perhaps our conversion, our funnel just doesn't convert at the same rate. But whatever the case is, we're actually having to pay $90 to acquire one customer. So at the end of this trade, we're plus $10. And you're probably not going to read a lot of marketing case studies that are like, oh man, like I got like 10% return on this, a little bit over 10% return. Like, that's not the kind of sensational headlines that are going to go viral. And that's not the kind that we're kind of seeing all over the place, right? Those aren't the case studies that are huge. But I can tell you this, behind the scenes of 7-figure and 8-figure and up businesses, they will make this trade all day long. So again, just because you're paying $90 to acquire a customer doesn't mean you're not coming out ahead. One last example here. Kind of beat this to death. $100, but let's say it costs us $100 to acquire a customer that gives us $100. So like, what the heck is the point of that, right? We're coming out with nothing on the other end of that. So who would make this trade? Is this a trade that's worth it? Well, if your business has one and only one product, and that product costs $100 and we just sold it, then you're not going to really grow a big business like this, right? But if your product is has back-end marketing or has some back-end offers where you've already paid to acquire this customer and now you can sell them again, and you don't have to pay the customer acquisition cost when you sell them a second time. If you can just like email your list, sell them again, upsell them an offer, retarget them with ads, something like that, then this trade starts to make sense because now you're acquiring a customer at break even. And let's look at another business model, membership site, SaaS business, something like that. These guys are going to give you $100 every single month if it's a recurring revenue product. And in that case, you get to the end of 6 months and you're like, oh, hey, I'm actually plus $500 on that trade, not plus $0. And the reason that I say when I start working with clients in our agency business, the reason that I always say it's you have to know the numbers in your business, and I really want to dig into your business and figure this out, because every business is different. For example, I couldn't tell somebody this, like, hey, this is exactly how it's going to work. This is amazing. Because what if this particular business only has their clients only stick around for like 3 months or something? Then they're only plus $200. Or what if it's like only this one product, then they're not making any money at all. So whatever it is, you have to absolutely know the numbers in your business, or this doesn't really work out that well. Now, see if I can do this without it showing through too much. Now, here's the other thing that really affects us a lot. So let's make just a super simple funnel here, 3-step funnel. We've got we're going to collect leads in this step. Little landing page, sign up. When you sign up, you're a lead now, and you get, I don't know, maybe it's a video that they get access to. They probably get added to your email list. Okay, so people sign up, they go to this stage, and then they buy. A nice little bank there. So let's say this is your funnel, and just to make this super specific, I'm going to throw some conversion rate numbers on here because that's really important to understand here. Let's say everybody who comes to this stage of your funnel, 5% of these people are going to buy. And these are your leads. Let's say everyone who comes to this page, 30% of these guys are going to opt in, and these are your clicks. So there's an ad out here somewhere. Hopefully it looks better than this ad, but here's your Facebook ad. Always put a person in your Facebook ad. They click through, they go to this landing page. 30% of the time they're going to sign up to get on your list. 5% of the time they're going to buy. So given that all these numbers are constant, I want to show you like a couple different scenarios of why knowing why your average order value plays such an important role in how this plays out. So first one we'll do different color. Average order value of $1,000. Okay, so when they get over to this product, they buy something from you. They're buying some kind of high-end training or some coaching or really expensive physical product, but they're paying $1,000 when they get over here. If you back these things out and you want to just absolutely break even on your ads, so just as an example, if you want to just not lose money on your ad campaign, then you can afford to pay $50 for a lead, and you can afford to pay $15 for a click. So you can pay $15 to get somebody right here. You can pay $50 to get somebody right here. Now let's say you want to come in with let's say you want to double your money. Okay, so this is break even. Now we're going to double our money down here. If you want to double your money, then you can pay $25 for a lead. You can pay $7.50 for a click. So this is 2x here. And this is 1x, basically breaking even. This is how this would shake out with an average order value of $100. What's to kind of highlight what a big difference this is, we're going to do this exact same funnel, but now we're just selling a $100 product. Now, of course, you probably shouldn't assume that your conversion rate is going to be 5% for a $1,000 product and 5% for a $100 product, but this is totally just to illustrate how important this variable is and why you absolutely need to be on top of this, know your funnel inside and out, know your numbers, know your conversion rates. All of that stuff is what I really emphasize with my clients and what I really work on in my agency with all of my agency clients. So in this case, we just want to break even on our we can pay $5 for a lead, and we can pay 75 cents for a click. That's it. Okay, so pretty big difference there. And let's say we want to get a 2x return on a $100 product. This down wrong. So see what we did here is we kept all of these variables exactly the same. Totally ruined that V. We kept all these variables exactly the same, and look at what a massive difference this makes in our advertising campaigns, our KPIs, what it is that we want to try to get to when we're running ads. We cut it, the average order value, in a tenth. We're also cutting all of these other things by a tenth. So if you don't know these numbers right up front before you press go on your campaign, if you don't know all of this stuff, then hopefully you won't find out the hard way. But I just want to really drive home how important average order value is in your ad campaigns and why it's important before you start those to know those, and why it's also important to have strategies to increase those. The other thing that we're not really going to dive into this week, but I want to dive into it on A future one that makes a huge difference in paid traffic is the velocity of the money, the velocity of the transaction in these things. So how fast are you able to recoup your ad spend or something? These are just some of the variables that kind of make a big difference in how profitable your ad campaign can be. So that's really all that we're going to get to this week. And next week we'll be right back here Wednesday 3 p.m. Central with another lesson. So we'll see you then.